All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And I'm just going to get right into it. Now, this is a lesson that came to me this morning as I was going through a few articles and breaking news notifications and so on and so forth. And, just as I was about to do this lesson, I just saw the video that was put up by the elder Manat Zakba on, I think it was titled WFI Did Not Protect the Ministry. And, I haven't had time to really see the whole video, but I did see the intro. And so, let's see. I got to go and finish watching that to really see what happened in there. But, it's probably just, some madness again. Jake always in the wrong place doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. But anyway, it's all the will of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. But I'm going to go ahead with this lesson here that I have in mind, which is something major is brewing. Okay. Now, earlier this morning, I saw a breaking news notification that said, damn, where was this? I forgot the exact country it was, but there was one of the European countries, and they basically said that there was a bomb threat at a Amalek school, or I think it was like a Amalekite school or something like that. Which now we can't even say that now because they probably gonna throw that in the algorithms, So very soon we're really not gonna be able to talk, we're really not gonna be able to talk. Anyway, a lot of things prophetically are going on, but basically they said there was a bomb threat, all right, over there. Now, how real the actual threat is or not, the point is that they did make that threat, right? Which I'm looking around at all the things happening. You have, like Yahushua said, one people shall stand up to fight against another. You have the division and so on and so forth. However, looking around all around the world, there's, you're starting to see that narrative being pushed of sort of like a, how do I word this? a cost hollow, okay? Or a hollow price. If you get play on words, you know what I'm talking about. 2.0, okay? Where they're basically making the 48ers out to be the victims all around. So it's kind of like they're being targeted all around the world wherever they're at. Okay? So you got because they're saying like, you got people getting threatened, synagogues getting threatened, people getting threatened, attacks, all these happening all because of what's happening over there in the East. So you may think that, oh, this is just, like this is a war between yada yada and it's contained over there. That's not the case. Okay, that's not the case. They're using, that to brew something else all around the world. They're using that as a catalyst to also brew some other stuff that are going on in interiorly. Okay, so with how things are escalating, once again, don't be surprised if they set up not just one but multiple false banners, around and say, look, these people, they targeted this center, right, where you got the 48ers. They targeted this over here. They maybe, exploded something over here and deleted this amount of people over here and did whatever the case is over here. That's entirely very, very possible. And let something like that go down, you're gonna see how fast the world is gonna change. Okay, you're gonna see how fast they're gonna lock shit down, and they're gonna look at what happened with the Twin Towers. And they basically, it was like a whole big commotion going on. Well, with all this that's going on, this is happening worldwide. So it's just an observation that I made, which is like, there's stuff going on in the East, but it's driving this sort of division, this dangerous division, I should say, around the world, and it's getting to the point where it's now leading to physical violence, which it once again, it could be, attack on one individual, or it could be an orchestrated attack on a broad spectrum. So what do you think is going to happen if they start doing shit like that all around? How do you think the world is going to look? And that could be like I said, I'm just stating an observation, but that could be a perfect catalyst, right? Because they've been looking for a reason to lock shit down, to declare the martial law and all these things. Now, another thing to keep in mind is when you look at what's happening over there in Gaza, they're saying that they're basically locked out. No power, like no internet connection, no signal, none of that stuff, right? No resources. Like, people are struggling over there, right? At least that's what they're saying. And then when you look at what's going on in the land, okay, in the land, in Ashdod, they basically saying that they're getting ready to pass a law to allow the soldiers to be able to use like lethal fire on civilians that basically get in their way, and all they would need is just a go ahead from their commander, and they can go ahead and do what they got to do. And whoever it is that's pushing for that, he doesn't sound like he sounds very adamant about it. But I'm bringing this up to point out to you that these are the kinds of things, and this is just like a light thing, but these are the kinds of events and steps and measures that are taken when there's a warlike situation. So can you imagine that? When they actually start mowing down people over there? So what do you think is gonna happen when that starts coming over here? You think they're gonna sit by? Because even Trump came out and said it. I think he said something along the lines of we're not like the European countries that accept jihadists or something like that. Because when you do, then you end up with, basically these kinds of attacks and so on and so forth. So with all this going on, which the Lord is obviously behind it, what should we be doing? If this is tying back to the intro of the video that the elder Manat Zakba did. If you see, listen, if we at camp and we see a large ass crowd of one side, Palestinians or whatnot, one side Amalek, and they going at, you ain't gonna see us there no more. We gone. The second that shit starts, they go all right back and forth. We ain't gonna be standing there talking about some. No. We're gonna pack up and we're gonna move, because it's called using wisdom. We're gonna find a better place, or we're gonna continue the lesson in the car or something. Okay, but we ain't gonna. The Lord didn't send us out there to go and jump in the middle of controversy for what? For what? You know what I mean? Our job is to prophesy. We do it well enough as it is now. Okay, we don't need to add no extra nothing to it. The Lord is gonna do what He's gonna do at the appointed time. But through the Spirit, man, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is working, but something is brewing. Something is brewing. Something major. Something is about to happen. Because just like you had about 2-3 years ago, the Crown Vic, that came out of nowhere and that just changed things. Something else is about to get ready to go down. These devils are not going to just keep things as it is like this. No, they need that like one major event or major events that is gonna just like warp speed the world into a different era, where things are just different. But we're gonna see. So I want to get a few of these precepts, as the Lord said, right? This is Matthew chapter 24, and these are also part of the signs of the end. You're seeing, like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, uproars of the people around the world. But you're also seeing, right, Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we're seeing these things. And these signs are not for you to just look at and it just passes by. These are to let you know what time period we're living in. Okay? And this is happening in Babylon, as the Lord said, and is also happening in other countries, in other regions. And it's causing a very big divide. Okay? This is, I'm going to get this as well. Isaiah chapter 19. And just getting straight to the point, Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which the Egyptians or Egypt in Isaiah 19 is referring to America. Okay, it says here, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So now with the whole ground invasion going on, right, as they're saying, and they're going up in there, and listen, man, I would like or 48ers over there, they don't sound like they let things go. They don't let things go. Okay, they don't let things go. So they basically saying, look, because of what you did, we you know what I mean, we gonna just annihilate you. We're gonna take your ass completely off the map. So when they go in there, let's see how it goes. But don't expect them to abide by any war rules or none of that stuff. They got revenge on their mind. That was it. Netanyahu, who said that he basically referred to was it Hamas as Amalek, and then quoted the scriptures on the Lord saying, "Go and completely and utterly destroy Amalek." So basically, they got, in their minds, they got the Lord on their side, and they getting ready to go go fulfill prophecy. You know, hey, so we're definitely in those times, man. And at this point in time, with all these things going on, instead of Jake paying attention and you know, getting serious and seeking the Lord, you got them doing videos, stupid dumbass idiots doing videos talking about some yeah, respectfully, you know, I hate you, y'all get on my nerves, man. Y'all need to go get money, and all y'all do is no shit. You know that's a very interesting video, right? That individual said, all y'all do is no shit. Like what's that gonna do? and the perfect precept is Isaiah 33:6, because when all hell starts breaking loose, guess what? You gonna wish you knew shit, but you ain't gonna know shit. And you're gonna be out there caught up in shit, and then you're gonna be seeking help, right? It tells you that in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, right? When their calamity cometh, you know, as a desolation and a whirlwind, then they're gonna seek the Lord, but he ain't gonna be there to be found. You ain't gonna find the Lord, and you damn sure ain't gonna come to us. What you think, we got short-term memory loss or something? We gonna remember you. We're gonna remember you, and you come in and come over here and try to ask for some help and see what happens to your ass. You're gonna need some help in that day. All right, but at the end of the day, you know, everybody's set up. You know, you condemn yourself, and the Lord has it so, because when the time of judgment comes, ain't gonna be no if, ands, or buts, and I didn't know this or I didn't do this. A lot of you Israelites, man, you're like the extras. You know, you're just set up to just be like mass casualties. You know, when the destruction hits, because you need people to participate in those, you know, nations fighting against nations. You need people to participate in a man not having pity upon his neighbor, right? You need all those people to do what they got to do, because the Lord has set it up that way. And we just pray that we're a part of the righteous batch, where our job is to come and prophesy and do the will of the Lord, and then he protects us and provides for us and takes care of us in these evil times. But at some point, something is going to happen that's going to change the world. That's going to change the world yet again, because the direction in which this whole situation is going, spreading.
Red light camera reported ahead. They're trying to do us dirty and not in a good way.
Oh hell no! This GPS is shit is wilding out. Yeah, man, shit. But basically, that's a Spirit 144 on that license plate. But basically, something is getting ready to happen where it's going to change the world as we know it. Okay, and that's usually how it always goes. But that's just an observation that I made with how things are moving. So as the Lord says, we got to watch and see. We got to watch and see. But it doesn't look like things are calming down. You know, and they can very well use the situation going over there. I recommend. I'm like, the title says WFI didn't protect the ministry, and I'm looking. I'm like, where they at though? No. Oh my God. Yeah. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But basically, I'm looking at the video and I'm like, where's WFI? Where they at? And you know what? And then later on, I see them in there. I'm like, oh wow, it was damn near hard to tell between the WFI and the rest of the people that were over there, because you got you got some individuals that have the head wraps and all of these things and all of that, and you basically camouflage up within them. You know, there's commotion going on, you yelling, they yelling, all this going on. I'm looking at it like, damn, if it took me a while to that's where y'all, okay. To the outside eyes looking in, it's just like, you're just, you know, which side are you on? You know, we here to defend the Lord. If you're here to defend the Lord, find somewhere better and just go teach. But we're in the times when you have to use absolute wisdom. You got to be very, very wise. Yes, we know that the devil is going to do what the devil is going to do, but in your walk, the scriptures talk about being blameless, watching the way you move so that the ministry be not blamed. Okay? If they remember what they did to Yahushua, right? They didn't get Yahushua because he went and did whatever they were accusing him of. They got him. The only reason or the only way they were able to get him was by setting up. Oh my gosh.
They're trying to do us dirty and not in a good way.
Yeah, Salakia, but that's definitely saying I don't know what's going on over here. But basically they had to set up false witnesses. They had to set up people to come in and say, we heard him say, but that's not true. So he didn't give them a reason, to say, I finally got you, So what did he say? We got to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You got to move in wisdom. They're going to come, but let them, do what they got to do. Don't go give yourself, to them. All right. Now is the time when we have to be wise more than ever. The scriptures say, redeeming the times because the days are evil. The days are very evil. The times of Jacob's trouble are right ahead. And what we're doing now is we're looking around, and very soon that door is going to pop up. And when it pops up, you're going to see, oh, that's the door that leads to Jacob's trouble. And when I say door, I mean that's the event, or that's the catalyst, or that's whatever it is that first domino, that falls down, that triggers, a series of other things that go on, that lead to the prophecies that we read about in 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16, Isaiah 13, and all these other precepts concerning the great day of trouble, Jeremiah 30:7, Daniel 12:1. These are the times that we're coming into. So watch. There may be things going on in your life or whatever the case is, but always stay on high alert. Always stay on high alert, because if there's one thing that I've observed as well, which is when you look at certain things, how the Lord sets up some of these things, some of these things that become very major, they start off small. Like it's just like, oh, breaking news, this happened over here. And you're like, okay. And then before you know it, it's like, yo, they're talking about this more and more and more. And next thing you know, oh, this is this, now this is this, now it has become that, now it's turned into this. And you're like, oh shit. So you always want to watch, as the scriptures say, be not ignorant of anything in a small matter or in a great matter. Because we're in the times when literally anything can happen. Okay? We're waiting for the Lord to do his thing, but we don't know the exact time. So the Lord can say, look, I set up the time to be, and this day. And you going about doing your regular thing, right? Sudden destruction, as it says in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, you're going about doing your regular thing, and boom. You either get a breaking news, or you hear some loud bang, or something goes on. Your phone starts going off. Whatever it is, something is coming. Okay, that's all I can say. And that's just, if you're paying attention and you're redeeming the times, you can feel that there's something going on. Whenever some major event starts happening in the world, there's always a series of like sub events that come out of it, that can be used to further push these people's agenda. Oh God, all right.
They're trying to do us dirty and
Yeah,
not in a good way.
I'm sorry,
Red light
but
camera reported ahead.
that's definitely
They're
saying
trying
it.
to
Look
do
at
us
that.
dirty and not in a good way.
That's supposed to be my GPS, but I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, that's pretty much it on the lesson. Watch and redeem the times. And pay attention, because a lot of things are happening. All right, something is definitely brewing. Something is going on. And eventually all these things are gonna come full circle. Eventually, we're not gonna be able to be prophesying on to you anymore. You see how things are happening. If there's a great persecution, right, against the 48ers, you don't think that they got videos edited or not edited where they could say, oh, these guys right here, look, they're part of the whole, anti. They're part of the anti people, so we got to go and get them. They're coming with something. It tells you that in 2nd Ezra 16, and I think around 70 on down, right, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. So they will come, but the Lord said he's going to deliver his elect from it all. All right. You know what I mean? The Lord is going to get y'all. He's going to get every last one of you. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah is going to get every last one of you, whether you know you an Israelite, whether you don't know you an Israelite, whether you a scoffer or a mocker. If you're not of the Lord's elect and you on the swords of America, you're done. You're through. You're finished. And it's going to be painful. It's going to be brutal. And it just might be broadcasted. Because when you think you're mocking us, you're mocking the Heavenly Father, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So guess what? He's gonna get his revenge back on you. The scriptures say that the Most High is not mocked, and whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. So all the shit talking and all of that, it's like it's very, it makes you wonder that, wow, there's all these things happening in real life, and you got dudes sitting here worried about the wrong things in life. Like this is what you're worried about. It goes to show that yeah, man, a lot of these people, that's why it says 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's you can understand and see very well why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, has the movie set up this way. All right, so we're gonna watch and see, and Lord willing, the Lord has something happen sooner than later, but Lord willing, at the same time, he protects and shields us. Oh, 441 again. No, that's just protects us and shields us, from whatever it is. So pay attention, be circumspect. Don't walk around ignorant. All right. We're living in some very, very evil times. And we're going to understand why the scriptures describe it as a time like never before. All right. So anyway, with that, the water for the precepts, Salakia, once again, like I said, I guess the words get overlaid one on top of another. So it's hard to read what's being said on here. But anyway, with that, Lord willing, you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bracha, Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.